ladies and gentlemen. I'm Brian H. Waters, coming to you live, discussing my guy, Daniel Bryan, announcing his retirement. Many people know he's my favorite wrestler. I never thought I would say that I like somebody more than Hulk Hogan or The Rock or Bret the Hitman Hart. But this man right here, yes, it was this night in New Orleans. Night I wish I could have been there, but I didn't. But I was there when the Yes Movement began. Shout out to my brother Mike Knox watching in. Him, Hugh Scott, Corey Sanders, Glenn Thomas, Daryl Johnson. We were all there in Miami as the Yes Movement took over. It was shortly after this guy, who was rocking his haircut, had transformed and proved to everybody that he was a WWE superstar. We all knew he was a great wrestler, but he showed that he could be on the face of these. You could put his face on Funko Pops. You could put his face on cups. You could put him on the side of buses. And you could assure that, yes, Daniel Bryan could make money. And sit here today, I'm just happy that I was able to see, being able to witness such a great turn of events. I was there the night in Baltimore, Maryland, when he won his first World Heavyweight Championship in the WWE. And I just want to invite everybody who's watching, let you know, swipe right, share this with all your followers. Let everybody join in. I'm taking questions and answers. As far as your thoughts, share with me your thoughts on Daniel Bryan retiring. This is huge. This is something I was not looking forward to. Quite frankly, I didn't want this day to come necessarily. We knew, it comes for every wrestler. We know that. But the thing about Daniel Bryan is that we as wrestling fans have been robbed. We've been robbed of a title run. I think back from WWE, yes, but he will be back in wrestling. Yeah, but it's going to be a while. Reports, and we know how we feel about those. But for what we do know, he is under contract, and when you're under contract, you can't just easily get out of it. And then when you're under contract, you also have to deal with no compete clauses. Unfortunately, with guys like Rick Rude who showed up on WWE and WCW the same night, companies are very careful to keep that from happening. Take a guy like Alberto Del Rio. It was a while before we saw him. But I do think that Daniel Bryan, I'm hoping that this is a work, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really hoping that this is the biggest work, and I'll be fine. Yes, even in retirement, because you're still a contract you have to abide by. You still can't just go out there and leave because, quite frankly, everybody will retire, so if anything, they can, say, well, you can't wrestle anywhere else for 90 days. So I'm not sure exactly to those terms. And if anybody knows, by all means, want to clarify that, tweet us at 1340 AM Fox Sports. Tweet us at Wrestle_Summit, at Brian H. Waters. But, I just sit back and I'm looking at everything. I'm like, man, Daniel Bryan got to retire. Shout out to my producer at Steve Braband, who gave me this, my former producer, gave me that book. He, a huge wrestling fan, he had a book asked that I want to read it prior, and I was like, no, because I want to eventually get the book, and I didn't want to have to rush and read it. But then a couple months later said, hey, I got a gift for you, and I got that book, so I'm definitely going to be reading it as soon as I finish Shawn Michaels. Shout out to Jason Romano, who gave me that book. So, it's always good when people can think of you. You're always grateful. But, like I said, today's don't want to necessarily call it a sad day, but it is a sad day. I watched Edge, and I was fortunate enough to go to his Hall of Fame. I watched him go to through retirement, and it was a shock because he was world champion at the time, and so that was a bummer. It was right after WrestleMania 27. It was right after him and Del Rio, and I felt it was strange that they opened the card that night with the world title match. But I guess where else would you fit it? So now look at Daniel Bryan, and if there is a such thing as first ballot Hall of Famer, I like to think that he is one. I like to think Daniel Bryan is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I like to think that, he'll be there and have the opportunity for fans to go, yes, yes, yes. And that's exactly, thank you, Michael. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's very sad that he didn't get the run he deserved. And many people can say, well, they were building towards that. But the iron was so hot in the summer of 2013. Oh my goodness. The iron was hot. That was the time. Pull the trigger on Daniel Bryan. Give him the belt. Him and Cena. Why does everything have to wait till WrestleMania? At that time, he could have had a title run, let him go for maybe 3 months, lose the title, pick it back at Mania. And that's what I was mad about. And I remember, I was with a few of my friends watching SummerSlam that year, and when Randy Orton cashed his Money in the Bank, it just got to the point, it got annoying after a while. So, okay, here we go, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton. How much y'all keep screwing this guy? Then they took him out of the title picture. So, but anybody have any questions as far as Daniel Bryan retiring from the WWE tonight? I have to say, I'm going to be watching Raw. As you can see, I got on my Yes t-shirt, my Yes chain. I got my Funko Pop ready. I got one of my Daniel Bryan DVDs. Shout out to my brother, the real Dwayne Allen, who has my other Daniel Bryan DVD. And, it's going to be soon. I'm going to crack open this book. I got to crack it open. You got some old stuff in here, some pictures. So, I have to say, that's Shawn Michaels' book, ladies and gentlemen. If you get a chance, you definitely want to read it. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to be... I'm excited, and and like I said, I just hope this is a work. And people can call me naive, you can call me crazy, but I just hope it's a work. And if he did, he worked the entire business, because you got ROH, of course, their marks over there. Yes, I said it. Their marks over there. They're out there. Every time somebody gets a little bit of shine or famous, because they can't create new stars, they're out there, giving him their props. You have a couple other companies. Everybody in the company saying, shout out to Dan Bryan. But I wonder, why didn't he surprise us with this? I also wonder, why would he announce it on Twitter ahead of time? It's kind of ironic. Marshawn Lynch, Seattle's almost called a Supersonic. Seattle Seahawks did the same thing last night. Daniel Bryan does it tonight, or this afternoon. Dare say within 18 hours of each other. So this is interesting. And yeah, Mike, it is the fan. But as a fan, what do? We tell them all the time on the Wrestle Summit, which you can catch every week. You gotta have hope. You gotta have hope. But I tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you get on FanPix and put in the code SOUL25 and get some free $25 cash. Because, hey, you know what? Daniel Bryan makes it, if somehow they put him in the Hall of Fame this year, maybe you can win some money and go see him. Or I'll tell you what else you can do with that money. You can go right to foxsports1340am.com and get on Amazon right from the website. Make all your purchases there. Buy this book. Buy it from Amazon.com, right from my website. So, if there's no more questions, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and sign off as I get ready for Monday Night Raw. We're about 30 minutes away. Daniel Bryan calling the quits, hanging up the wrestling boots. But I just don't think so. I think tonight he'll give us a swerve. At the end of the night, Daniel Bryan will be in a match at WrestleMania 32. So long, everybody.